The first ghost on the list is very popular, and I guess many of you already know about him. This ghost is an umbrella with one eye and jumping around on one leg in a wooden sandal. The general story behind object ghosts is that when human tools become older and older, they become ghosts. There isn't necessarily a particular story about the Kara, the umbrella ghost, but it can be commonly seen in depictions of haunted houses and is usually used as a representative character for ghosts in Japan. The next ghost is named as Kappa in Japanese, river boy in English. Kappa, these creatures resembles turtles with shells on back and some human-like feet and hands. They are about the size of small children and they are able to stand, walk on land. Their main thing of appearance is a small bowl or a plate-like area on their head that must be kept wet or filled with water. They live in water, usually staying in ponds or rivers. If the plate-like area dries out, the kappa is said to lose its power or even die. Some stories tell of how the plate can be covered to protect the kappa from drying out, which allows them to travel further away from their watery domain. The kappa is used as a cautionary tale to children to be careful while swimming. Kappa are said to be tricksters or misbehaviors depending on the stories. The more sinister stories tells that kappa have luring people or animals, usually horses, into deep water so that all the kappas can drag them down and drown them and have some party. A strange offshoot of the kappa stories is that these creatures love cucumbers. Perhaps they are the real inventors of the kappa makai sushi. Don't forget to subscribe our channel and hit the like button. The next Japanese ghost is Snow Woman. Here we'll take a quick break from the summer ghost stories and learn one that has a winter setting. The Snow Woman is a spirit that died in the snow and now only appears in the snow. Like the snow, this woman has pale white skin, is usually dressed in white and traditionally has long black hair. She is very beautiful and floats along the snow, leaving no trace behind to show that she was past. Don't let her beauty fool you though. She is a ruthless killer. In the stories, she usually appears to travelers and traps them in snowstorms, breathing on them until they are frosted dead, or simply leading them out further and further so they die from hypothermia. In some stories, Snow Woman will sometimes let victims go if they are beautiful. Do you think you are good looking enough to survive? The next Japanese ghost is called as Neperabu. This is a ghost that usually a normal human form. He is able to wipe its facial features and make a complete blank face like this. These creatures do not harm anyone in the stories, but simply scare people. There's no telling if it could scare you to death, so watch out. The next ghost may scare you. A ghost named Rokuro Kobi. The Rokuro part of the name has unknown origin, but Kobi refers to the neck, which is how this ghost is typically identified. They can appear as regular humans, but can stretch their necks to abnormal heights. There's also another type of Rokuro Kobi whose head can detach from the neck and fly around freely. This one is called Nuke Kobi or escape neck, which means the head which escapes the neck and body. Next one is Nuru Anna, which means wet woman, and she has the head of a woman and the body of a snake. This image is from the illustrated volume of 100 Demons, which is from the Edo period and show ghost spirits and monsters based on folklore. A Japanese ghost called Futakuchi woman is the next one. Literally, two-mouth woman describes this Futakuchi perfectly. This woman has a normal mouth which doesn't eat much or at all. But on the back of her skull, under her hair, she has a second mouth. This second mouth can control the woman's hair to form tendrils that will reach out and grab food to feed itself, and it's completely hungry most times. Stories of how this second mouth came to be differ, but they tend to include a miserly husband which made the second mouth appear. Other stories credit the second mouth to the woman's own miserly ways. In those stories, the woman keeps food from her stepchild who dies and becomes the attached second mouth in order to torment and exact revenge on the terrible stepmother who wouldn't feed him. Next is a dog demon called Tenju. Tenju means heaven dog, literally heaven dog. These have an origin story that began in China, where the creature resembled when or how the Tenju began to have features of birds and humans is unknown. So the image of this creature has changed over time and between countries. Originally considered to be disruptive and wearing demons, their story has changed a lot. Now they are considered to be protectors of mountains and forests. They still have some cunning nature and can be dangerous. There are many different stories featuring Tenju and its level of ghostly rage, so I wouldn't do anything to tick it off if I were you. The next ghost is Oni. These ghosts are closer to demons, devils, in appearance and behavior, rather than Western ghosts. However, these guys really do run gambit of paranormal beings. The physical descriptions vary, but generally they are ugly, large, and have claws and horns. Their skin is often depicted as being either red or blue. They wear loin clothes and carry a kanabo, a gold stick, similar to a club or stick. Oni ghosts appear in the Japanese children's story Peach Boy and the Red Ogre Who Cried, which is a story about kind-hearted red and blue orgies. Next is Hanako. Hanako references a female spirit that haunts school bathroom. The legend is that she'll appear if you say her name in the third stall in the bathroom on the third floor. This legend has been whispered around many a Japanese elementary school, similarly to the way in which children in the West whisper about seeing Bloody Mary in a mirror. Perhaps Hanako is a distant relative of Moaning Myrtle from the Harry Potter series. Harry Potter fans, comment below. This one is Gashado Kuro. They are huge skeletons much larger than normal size. Allegedly, the bones of people who died of starvation. One makes a quick appearance in a festival scene from Studio Ghibli's movie Pom-Poko. Really though, there's no need to supersize skeletons, they are creepy as is. This is Juriko, a vampire tree that appears in former battlefields and survives on human blood from people it grabs who are unfortunate enough to walk by. The tree doesn't appear different from other trees, but if chopped down, bleeds blood instead of sap. How you chop a vampire tree down without being grabbed and becoming its next victim seems like a good question. In the end, now it's time for urban legend story. A Japanese ghost named as Kuchisake Onna is a slit-mouthed woman. As the name implies, is a woman whose mouth has been slit. The slit extends up to both ears and is a terrifying gash across her face. The story goes that her husband mutilated her with scissors. The legend was evolved to include a cautionary tale of what will happen if you meet Kuchisake Onna. She'll ask you whether you think she's pretty, and your life depends upon your answer. If you answer no, she'll kill you with scissors. If you answer yes, she'll reveal her slit mouth. She'll take face mask she is wearing and ask whether you still think she is pretty. Your answer here will be damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. If you answer yes, she'll give you the same slit as her own, so both of you are pretty. If you answer no, she'll kill you. Now that you know about some popular and classic Japanese ghost stories, you should be prepared in a Japanese ghost attacks or wonders along your path. Don't forget to subscribe our channel and hit the like button.